Hi everyone, I'm Alison. I'm your support manager at Sensory Intelligence. We're going to look at the new sensory assessment site today that we've decided to call SAS. For all your support queries, you can email me as always at support@sensoryintelligence.com. All our assessments will continue to be bought on the website as normal, so that hasn't changed. But what has changed is that there'll be two types of assessments that you can buy: the Sensory Matrix, and then our new product, which is Senses at Work, which is a self-assessment tool to help maximize hybrid working. It's amazing. It's brand new, and we will be introducing you to that over the next few weeks. Both of those assessments will be available on the website. The Sensory Matrix price stays the same at $59 per matrix, and the Senses at Work assessment will be at $21. Obviously, our very wonderful practitioners and licensees, your coupon codes still apply. Nothing's changed there. You just apply them to the purchase screen and you'll get your discount as normal. So the changeover to the system is happening on Tuesday, this Tuesday coming, the 11th of April. We're going to shut down the current system and switch over to the SAS system. You're not going to be able to do anything on the site during the 11th of April, Tuesday. You're not going to be able to purchase any assessments. You cannot send assessments to clients or your patients or your staff, and you cannot complete assessments. Unfortunately, the system has to go down for the day just to switch over. And then the new system, the SAS system, will be up and running the very next day on Wednesday. So any assessment passwords that you have already in your account will be moved to the new system. So you don't have to worry about losing out on any of the assessments that you've bought. And as an extra bonus, we've extended the expiry date of all your assessments to now only expire on the 11th of April 2024. So that's a big help, so you can make sure you use them all up before you buy any more. I'd just like to highlight two important notes. The assessment passwords that we're all used to are now going to be referred to as tokens. So you'll actually be buying tokens for the SAS system instead of passwords. So one assessment password is one token. And then on the system, as is the old one, but we do need to remind everybody every now and again that you must always use the same email address to purchase your assessments, because that's the system identifier. It can only allocate new purchases to your account if you buy from the same email address that you've always used and that you have on your profile. So on the new SAS system, we're going to make the admin of your tokens so much easier. You will have a unique dashboard just for your particular account. That is how many tokens, it shows you how many tokens, which were formerly assessments, that you've bought in total, how many assessments you've assigned to a client or your patients or your staff, and their status. So you can see who you've sent to, and you can see whether they've completed them or not completed them. You can see how many tokens you still have available to use, so how many assessments you still have available to use out of the amount that you've bought. And the expiry date of all tokens will be put on the screen as well. And all your completed reports have been listed on this dedicated page on your account dashboard. So no more hunting for reports, no more keeping lists of passwords that you bought and wondering which ones you've used, no more wasting assessments because they've expired or they've been forgotten. So it's going to save you money, save you time, and just all be on one dashboard. So we're going to begin looking at the process. So you'll buy your tokens or old-fashioned assessments from the Sensory Intelligent website like you always used to. Then you'll receive an email in your box which used to have the password details on, and now they'll just have login details to the new SAS account. You will accept the terms of service, and then you will use the username and password that is in the email, and they are case sensitive. So please make sure you copy and paste correctly as you log in. So this is the login that you'll use, and this is your username that they've given you, and this is your password that you'll use. You can change the password on your profile screen on your dashboard as soon as you've logged in. So once you've completed your login from the email that you've received, you'll be taken to your manager dashboard. It looks just like this. Everybody will have a unique one of these, and this is where you will operate and administer all your assessments from. So this is your management control tab. These are the options that we have. We'll go through them one at a time. This is the number of people added to your account, your company. At the moment, there's only one, which for now, let's just say is me. But as you add more people who are taking assessments, this will go up and up and up and tell you how many people you have on your management account. And these are the types of assessments that you have. So I have 2. So I've got some sensors at work and I've got sensory matrix. You may have one, you may have the other. It just tells you how many you have. And these are the total tokens assessments that you have bought and you still have to use. So this is the amount of tokens or assessments that you've bought, and it just collates them all together. Now we're going to have a quick look at the dashboard control panel that you have. So the first tab you have is a user. From this user tab, you'll add users. So this is where you will add names of your clients, your staff, or your patients that you want to send assessments to. Then this is the assessment tab. From this assessment tab, you will assign tokens. So you'll allocate the assessments to the users that you've added. So if I wanted to send one to Anna Marie, I'd add Anna Marie in this tab, and I'd say Anna Marie, and I'd fill in all her details, and then I'd go to the assessment tab, and then I'd say I want to give Anna Marie a Senses at Work assessment, or I'd give her a sensory matrix assessment. And then this is the wonderful part. This is the results tab. This is where you get results from everybody that you've ever sent an assessment to and that they have completed. So you can keep control and you don't have to go hunt for them all, and you can bring them up as many times as you want to. You can view them and you can download and print them, or you can download to save them. It's entirely up to you. Manager's profile here. So we're looking at the user tab. This is what you'll see for the user screen. This is where you add your users, clients, patients, staff. You put in their names and their email address and basic information, and then they are then added to your users, which will be listed here. So at the moment you can see I have 2 users who I have added their information to. This can have hundreds, it can have 2, it can have 3, it can have 10, it doesn't matter. So as you add people, the list will just get longer. So if you want to make any changes to their details, you would use the edit user. If in extreme circumstances, maybe you've allocated a user or an assignment and they haven't paid you or something like that, you can deactivate the person by clicking this button, and that will not let them into the system at all. It doesn't matter what information they put in or how many times they log in, but that's for extreme situations. When you send a user, your client, the assessment, it will come up as an email, and they may tell you that their system blocked it and they didn't get the information or that kind of thing. This will resend the login information to them, just in case. It's just there as a fail-safe, because some people's software blocks the emails through sometimes. And then this is where you disable access to the report if you are a practitioner and you don't want your client to receive a copy of the report. This is really important. We've put it up here so you don't forget. The system is set up so that there are 3 copies of the report sent out, 1 to you, the manager, 1 to support, to me, so I can keep it in the vault and in case we need to retrieve it at some stage, and 1 to the client. If you're the practitioner and you don't want the client to see it until you've scheduled a new appointment with them, you would need to deactivate their report access. It's really important to try and remember this when you add them as a user. So you add them. If you want them to receive their report, you have no problem with that, then you leave it. If you don't want them to receive their report, you click it. Later on, if you change your mind, you click it again, then that will enable them to receive their report again. But that's quite important when you're adding people to the screen. If you have a long list of people, you can put them on a CSV file and you can upload them, and it will upload all at once. It's just a bulk facility that you can have here. And then obviously you can either decide to disable all those reports if they're all clients and you don't want them to have their access to their report, or you can enable the reports if you've changed your mind. Those are bulk actions. Okay, so the next tab we're looking at is assessments. And this is where you assign the assessments. This is where you give out the assessments to your clients. So you've just uploaded people to be the users. So you've said Alison Homewood is added to my screen, and I now want to give her a century matrix. So this screen tells you how many century matrices you have and how many senses at work if you have some. These are the amount of tokens you have. I've already assigned one to someone, so we've only got 29 out of the 30 that I've bought. This is when I bought them. This is when that particular batch of 30 that I bought in one go will expire, and they're still valid, they haven't expired. And then this is the action button. So you would click on this to assign a century matrix. So when you click on this, it will come through with a list of all the people that you have added to users, and you choose who you want to assign an assessment to. When you've assigned the assessment, the system will send out an email to that user that you've chosen to send an assessment to. So in this case, this is the kind of email they'll get. You've been successfully assigned a century matrix, and you can log into your account to start the assessment. That's all they'll do. They'll click in there, they'll complete any details that are outstanding, and off they go. They start doing their assessment. Then when they finish their assessment, which is exactly the same as before, it's 120 questions. Anna-Marie has tweaked a few of them, so they may look a little bit different, but it's still 120 questions, which won't take them more than 10-15 minutes. It's not a huge amount of time that it takes. So this is what the person will get if you have left them to be able to receive a copy of their assessment. You've successfully completed your century matrix assessment. You can log into your account and download it. So they log in here, they can view it, they can download it, and they can print it or save it if they want to. So this is just a reminder for the managers, the OTs, who don't want their clients to see a copy of the report. So you would have disabled report view, and then they would just get this one, this email. It says, thanks so much for completing your century matrix assessment. Please contact your practitioner for your results. And that way you get to schedule their next appointment, and you can go through their reports together. This is the results screen. This is the last of the tabs here, your action tabs. This is for you, the manager. You are able to see century matrices and senses at work if you've bought both. You've got the date they were purchased, the expiry date, how many tokens you've got left. So you bought 30, you've still got 29. You click on here, you can view all the results of everybody who has completed a century matrix. If you click, and this one would be the same, you would be able to view everybody who's completed a census at work. If you click on this one, it will tell you everybody who's a user listed on your system, and it will tell you whether they've completed it or not completed it. So you can chase up people who haven't completed if you want to.